the birds go on singing. Why do the stars glow above? Don't they know it's the end of the world? It ended when I lost your love.
Mom, you come and see me.
That's confirmed reports, I repeat, confirmed reports of nuclear detonations in New York and Pennsylvania.
We need to get to the vault. Now!
Residents of the evacuate Vault 111 immediately.
Not on the list. You don't get in. Ma'am, follow me. Come on. Step on the platform. In the center.
Almost there. We're gonna be okay. I love you. Both of you.
We love you too. Oh my god!
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Overhype, the show where we talk about things, games, video games, and other things. Today, I've got a couple people with me. I've got my co-host, Nick Oliva, aka Binary Artist. You want to say hi?
Howdy, howdy.
I've got a couple of special guests. I've got Alexander, Richard Smith, Riz from my old guild, that guy I knew. Yeah, you want to say hi?
Hey, this guy.
That guy. And then we've got another guest, the Assyrian Andre, and I'm not going to say that last name because I will butcher it. I'll let you do that.
Hey guys, I'm Andre Bargesta.
And Andre, you got a stream going of your own, don't you?
Yeah, I've got a Twitch stream, the Assyrian Gamer. I am going to be doing a lot next year. I'm just getting everything ramped up for then.
Yeah, I was hearing, I guess you were talking about doing, what was it, charity or something? Did I hear that? Or?
So I do the Extra Life streams every year, and then I'm still working on that for this year, and then next year I'm doing 100 games to completion in 1 year.
That sounds pretty rad. Well, everybody, I'm Nick Groom. I'm the host of this little shindig. You can follow me on Twitter at @RAFPunk. So, yeah, if you're interested, follow me. I talk about things. I get angry. I yell. I scream. All that good stuff. But today, we're going to talk a little bit about a couple of different video games that came out. The first thing I want to talk about real quick, I just want to touch up on a game that came out a little bit ago, Fallout. Now, I know, Riz, you haven't played.
No, I am.
And the Assyrian, you haven't played either. That's like nerd heresy, isn't it?
That's blasphemy. That's what that is.
That's what
Well,
I
actually,
hear.
what that is right now I'm playing so many other games that I won't be able to give it the attention it deserves. So I've decided to forego playing it until I can sit down and give it all the attention it needs.
So a mercy killing almost kind of thing.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, real quick. I mean, It's not a lot I want to talk about. I mean, a lot of people are doing cool things with settlements. This actually ties into Blizzard, which we're going to talk a little bit more about their games here in a little bit. But there was an ode to Fallout in Diablo 3 recently. Did you guys hear about this?
Yes.
The gem socket, right?
Yeah. Do you want to talk about that? If you've heard about it.
I know very little about it. I guess there's a gem that you can get called the I forgot what it's called already, but it gives you some pretty sweet stats. It's a legendary gem. Adds 30,000 thorns to your weapon.
Right, and essentially, Nick, did you read up on this? Anybody else read up on this?
I did not read up on that.
Yeah.
I've been putting too much time into Fallout.
All right, yeah, okay. You know what they call that in the dictionary? They call
Addicted.
No, it's an excuse, is what it is. So there's that. No, it was a gem, and it was named after one of the creators of Fallout. So I thought that was pretty cool. I don't have the name, and the website's not loading, so I guess I'm just as ill prepared as everybody.
It's the Boyarsky's chip.
There it is. He's got it. The guest has it. He's on top of things. But no, it's like I said, nothing big on Fallout. Even though the intro was Fallout, we I guess wanted to. Last week we didn't get it done in time. We wanted to show that off. That was Nick doing that. He wanted to give his hand at some video, right, Nick?
I might add that was my very first video that I ever put together.
Besides the one,
I feel like I amazed myself.
Besides the ones he makes in his bedroom when no one's watching, right?
Hey, those make money.
No, they don't.
Maybe yours don't.
Do you call those Nick at Night?
Exactly.
See what he did there? So what we've got, the next thing I want to talk about real quick, again, these are just quick little snippets before we get into the meat and potatoes of this episode. Call of Duty Black Ops 3. Anybody play that?
Yeah, I got it on the PS4, and it's not terrible.
Exactly, it's not terrible. We talked about that last time, and that's kind of shocking. It's a Call of Duty game. Not to rag on Call of Duty, but it's, you know what you're getting going into a Call of Duty. You walk into that, and hey, I'm going to shoot a gun, and that's that. And there's probably going to be somebody on there who slept with my mother, probably.
Yeah, no, that's my number one reason. Other than like I'm always a Battlefield fan, but when it comes to first-person shooters, but when it comes to Call of Duty, like the people that play it, the audiences, everyone, like it just totally destroys the experience. I never ever gave Call of Duty like any shot whatsoever.
Yeah, I had no idea that many people had slept with my mother, and let alone the ones that are under like 15. I had no idea.
Oh
So,
yeah, it questioned like who my father was.
Yeah. But what I wanted to talk about on that was the Easter eggs in Nuketown are amazing. Have you guys seen this?
It's hilarious.
The like horror game mannequins
Yeah.
trope.
My favorite one, right? So there are two that I know of. The first one is you shoot the heads off the mannequins and they come to life and they chase you down, right? That's like the kind of the iRobot thing, right?
Yep.
Well, there's another one, and if you run around and you shoot the arms off of these things, I don't know if you've seen Doctor Who, but they turn into pretty much weeping angels.
It's
Pretty creepy.
It's if you look at them, they're standing still. The minute you turn, they chase after you. So it gets pretty crazy. People are gonna say it's like Boo from Mario, but I prefer the Doctor Who reference because Doctor Who.
Weeping Angels.
Because Doctor Who.
That was totally Weeping Angels material.
Yeah, the Weeping Angels are horrifying, and that was horrifying. So, let's real quick one more snippet before we get into the stuff. Zombie U. You guys hear about this game? You know this game?
Yeah, I have it.
You have it. You played it on the Wii U?
I have it on the Wii U. It's great.
I have it as well.
And you now, Riz, you played it on the Wii U?
Yes.
Okay. Now,
It's the
little
first
known
game
fact. Yeah, I mean it was like one of the selling titles.
Definitely.
People didn't expect it to be good, but it was. From what I'm hearing. Yeah, it's a great survival game. So much so that it got a release on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. Right?
Which is news to me. Like this is the first time I'm hearing it, but which is good. I mean, I don't see how they're going to do some of the Wii U aspects of it, but just the survival horror aspect without the Wii U control, extras, is will probably do pretty well if you're into survival horror.
Right, and what I was hearing is it's just that it's a survival horror, and what they're calling it zombie with eyes, because why not?
Yeah.
But it did so well on the actual digital release on the consoles that it's getting a physical release. They are putting it back into print on disc to be released in stores. Like that's how well it did on digital, and that just blew my mind.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Are they going to add anything to it? Like
from what I'm hearing, not yet. But it's doing so well. There's talk of sequels already. So yeah, pretty crazy that a Wii U game did that.
I knew they were gonna they were talking about sequels when it came out on the Wii U, but then the Wii U didn't do well, so odds are they'll try to keep themselves off that console or wait for the NX to come out.
We're all, it's got industry-leading chips, Sun chips, tostadas. I don't know, maybe.
Yeah.
So elephant in the room time, Battlefront, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what everybody's talking about. Star Wars. It's
Star Wars.
All day.
Everybody. It's like 2 weeks away, right? 3 weeks away, something like that.
I'll bring out the cowbell.
Yeah, it's a while. Yeah, next month.
So, I want to try. I had a clip. I can't get it to load. This guy, he asked me a question. He's gonna come on the show later, but he was talking. He said Battlefront. It was a beautiful game, and I'm gonna try and get it up maybe after the show and credit him. He was talking. It's a beautiful game. And everybody's clamoring for it. It was going to be the next big thing. It was going to be great. It was going to be the next Battlefield. It was going to be a competitive shooter, and it's not. Right? It's beautiful. It sounds amazing. But aside from all that, is it a good game? Is it a game worth the money? I'm going to go around the horn here. I'm going to start with Riz because you're our guest. What do you think, man?
I've only played a few matches. I really do feel like the gameplay is kind of lacking. I mean, it's a standard shooter. There's nothing really all that special about it, and I mean, yeah, it is beautiful. And if you were into Star Wars, it being beautiful into Star Wars and having generic, regular first-person shooter gameplay, it's great. Other than that, there's nothing special about it, which is really a shame.
It's kind of it's disheartening.
Yeah.
The Assyrian, what are your thoughts, man? What are you thinking?
So I've put about, I don't know, 30 hours into it, 40 to 50, no, actually, yeah, about 50 including the beta. And I actually really like it. The gameplay is nothing revolutionary, but the sound and set pieces and, of course, how it looks is beautiful. And the ability to kind of live out some of your Star Wars fantasies is great. And I know people are like ragging on the price, but and I'm gonna quote a Reddit post that I read from like the guy who did the 30-year-old casual review.
Right.
Yeah, he $110 for a game isn't too much for me. I would have liked to have a lot of that content in the game already, but it's like if that's the only game you're going to play, and it's more towards casual gamers, it's not like us where we play like every game that comes out for hundreds of hours.
Exactly.
So I think they did a really good job at catering to a more casual crowd and giving them a game to play, as well as the Star Wars crowd, which is mostly older, from that era, from the Rebels versus Empire era. I think they did a really good job at capturing that feel. There's of course balancing issues, but I'm sure they'll fix that at some point.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. And one of the things I said is it's good that we're getting this much content from the game studios, from just being a nerd right now, man. Like, everything out there is geared at us. Like, videos, movies, games, like, board games, you name it. We've got conventions, like, every weekend. We just came from one. Like, every time you turn around, there's something out there for nerds, and it's great that we can get something like this, even though it's not for some of us, it's for a lot of us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nick, what are your thoughts?
Well, we pretty much played mostly together, but it's basic. That's the best I can put on it. It's an entry-level first-person shooter that looks awesome.
It does look and sounds awesome, right?
It definitely sounds awesome. They've got that aspect. I think it was hyped up because it was Star Wars, and I think that's how it sold so many copies. Mm-hmm. There are people that do enjoy playing it, but I can't justify a $60+ price tag on it.
Exactly.
The way it is.
Yeah. And let alone the 110, as he was saying, with the season pass, there's a lot of stuff that's coming that, it kind of should have been in the game, right?
So that's just EA all over. Sorry, no.
Yeah.
It's the evilness that is EA. It's like, oh, let's bring out part of a game and then sell the rest of what should have been as, extras, right, or DLC.
You're going to say something, the Assyrian?
Yeah, so to go back to that season pass, so first off, I'm one of those people that think EA has done evil things, like, not evil things, but like some shady business practices, but I worked in the game industry for a period of time, and deadlines suck. Especially when you have Disney looming over you. Yeah. So, but the season pass, like, the thing that makes me angry about the season pass is not that it's content that they could have delayed the game for and added that in. It's content, and then they still have more. They have more content coming out after that. So the season pass doesn't even cover all the content that's coming out for the game, and that's what makes me upset about it. It's like, if you're gonna give us more content, just the season pass should give us the whole lifetime of the game, and then go on from there.
I mean, that's sort of an expectation coming from a season pass standpoint.
Yeah,
I mean,
especially one that is considered a lot pricier than most season passes.
on top of that, the pre-order bonuses weren't even that great.
No, they weren't.
You got
They
to
were
get
literally everything that you could get in the pre-order bonus. You get inside the game by playing like 2 or 3, like depending on the points you got, I guess.
the big one was the extra multiplayer maps, which you get if you pre-ordered, you get to play a week earlier. That's not a bonus to me. That's just I get an extra week before everybody else.
It is nice that they're adding a new map in the game, because there's only 4 right now, I think.
Yeah.
So it's going to be nice having a 5th map to do your game modes on, at least for free.
Now, and then that's Jakku, right? The new planet.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Now,
Well,
I guess one of my issues with the pre-order stuff now is it's not there, right? So everybody says you got to pre-order to get this thing. You're gonna pre-order and you're gonna get this great thing, and no one else is gonna get it unless they pre-order. Guess what? It's in the case 9 times out of 10. There's a little code. I walk in. I didn't pre-order. I pick up day 1. There it is, and it works.
Nuketown map.
That's and that's a GameStop practice, I think. And I used to work at GameStop as well. And what we would do, here's a little industry secret, if you will. What we would do is we know how many copies we're getting beforehand. So you ask them to pre-order, and you're going to be like, you have to hype it up, because that's how you keep your job. It's not a retail job, it's a sales job. Okay. So you have to hype up the pre-order to make sure that people know it's like, oh, there's going to be only this many copies, and blah, 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 blah. I remember Medal of Honor, the remake, came out, and we had to hype the living crap out of that game. And it was terrible. Don't play it. But it came with like a gun skins or something like that, and it was like day 1 edition kind of thing. And we had like, I think 200 extra copies in our store after the pre-orders were gone. So it's like, point being, don't pre-order a game unless it's a collector's edition or something.
Fair enough. I mean, I pre-order some games, but it's usually games like, when I'm pre-ordering, it's like Kingdom Hearts 3. I pre-ordered that before that game was announced, man.
Right.
Oh, my God.
Right.
Like, I walked in and I was like, can I pre-order something that they haven't even said they were going to do yet? And they were like, yeah, you can. You can give us money. I was like, all right, cool. But, no, I mean, I'm liking it. I'm liking it for the same reason I like Call of Duty. It's not because I'm going into that expecting the world's greatest thing ever, but it's something to do. And it's Star Wars, so... there's that. Like, that's not a bad thing. Like I tell people, dump as much time as you want into this. But, like, the only thing I ask is don't argue with me that it's a good game, right? Like, don't argue with me that the mechanics are there, because they're not. This card system that they got going on, I'm not a huge fan of. Like, when I'm playing as Darth Vader or Luke, and I can use 3 abilities, and then I'm kind of just like, well, what do I do now? And just get shot in the face until I die? I got an issue with that. Like, Luke and Vader aren't just going to sit there and get shot in the face. You know? That's just me.
In the beta, they had unlimited blocking.
Right, yeah.
And they removed that because
I guess it was a
people could live forever.
Yeah.
But they also buffed their health a lot, so relative to the beta. So there's still, like I said, there's a lot of balancing issues, especially the Endor Imperial, or the Walker Assault map. Oh,
yeah,
God.
and that beta was having issues too, right?
I didn't have... Well, there was issues in the beta where the Rebels were having trouble winning, but when you won as the Rebels, it felt really good.
Yeah.
But now it seems to be the opposite way, where the Rebels win a lot and the Imperials lose a lot. But we'll see. We'll see what they do.
Part of me kind of wish that they had like a mechanic in there when you're playing as a stormtrooper that no matter what you did, 1 out of every 3 shots is going to miss just because you're a stormtrooper.
They do that in the in the like survival modes, the stormtroopers can't hit anything.
Yeah, I did notice that. Like at the beginning, you're kind of just like, I could just stand here and look at you, and they miss all day long.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's good. I mean, for people who like a Star Wars thing, this is a beautiful Star Wars thing. Get on it, play it, like have fun, man. It's a good thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Definitely.
So, I'm gonna go around the horn real quick. We're gonna say whether you think it was overhyped or you think it was done right, and this is gonna be for Star Wars Battlefront. We'll start with Riz. Go ahead. What do you think, man? Was it overhyped or was it done right?
It was overhyped. Honestly, the only reason why it's done as well as it is because it's Star Wars. If it was, if it had its original characters, if it was done right, it had its original characters, it would have been amazing. But because it was Star Wars and had very generic gameplay, I would say overhyped.
Fair enough. All right, Assyrian, what do you got, man? Because you were giving some praises to it. You think it's done right?
I actually still think it's overhyped.
Fair enough.
Like you said, the gameplay is very generic. There's not too many maps to go through. There's some balancing issues. I haven't had any server issues yet, which is pretty nice, seeing that it's a dice game. Yeah,
I'm running into those issues. It's not fun.
I think the PC version has the most issues, but I haven't played the PC version yet. I'll let you know later, I guess, on that one. But there was just way too much hype over how much content is in the game. But that being said, the amount of content that is currently in the game for the casual crowd, which I'm assuming is who they're aiming at, or like the people who watch Star Wars like when the movies came out, you know, it definitely fits with their lifestyle, I would say.
Right.
If you're an older person, you have kids, or you work all the time. Like I work all the time, so I get like a couple hours a night to play, and it fits my lifestyle.
Yeah, no,
but it's still overhyped. Definitely.
Yeah. No, I agree. And like you're seeing that a lot more with games in general, right? So you got like Blizzard, they're throwing out like a card game that you can play while you're taking a poop. You know what I mean? Like people are like having less and less time to play games, so it's got to be rewarding in a shorter span of time. And I think, like you said, I think Battlefront's great for that crowd. I think it's great for your casual gamer who wants to play a pretty Star Wars thing. But as far as the mechanics go, it's probably not right there.
No, definitely not.
Nick, what do you got going on? Overhyped, done right, and what and why?
It's overhyped. Overall, as far as a Star Wars thing, I think it was done right. I think that's exactly what the players are looking for. But its gameplay is just lacking completely to me. Like, yes, it's just a casual game. It's not anything special. It's really basic.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Like I said, I'm going to give two things. I'm going to say it was done right by Star Wars. If you're going into this and you're like, hey, Star Wars, like, it's Star Wars. Yes, you're going to go in there and you're going to be like, dear God, this is Star Wars. I'm on indoor and this is beautiful. Like, people are posting screenshots from the PC and it looks like a movie capture. Like, it looks legit. And the sound, it's there. They went back and they got these sounds from the movie. But as a game, it's not a game, man. It's kind of just running around shooting blasters. It's something to do when you drink. Go for it, man. It's definitely something to do when you drink. But as a game, I'm going to say it's overhyped. The mechanics aren't there. And I think to say otherwise, maybe you aren't quite as geared to it. But I mean, everybody's going to like something. So if you like this, I'm happy for you. Like, don't come at me and be like, you said it was. In my opinion, it's overhyped. But if you like it, it's like I said, it's a great time to be a nerd. We're getting these things. I'm glad that content's coming out that everybody can enjoy. So
yeah.
Well, here's the thing. They've already announced. Well, I guess they've announced or hinted at sequels for this. So, like Destiny, I'm sure Battlefront will get a second chance to redeem themselves.
Destiny.
I'm hoping. And here's the thing. I think everybody. We want it to be good, right?
I definitely want it to be good.
Nobody wants to come in and say this is a crap game. So when the sequel comes out, and it will, hopefully it will be fixed, right?
Yeah, space battles. It needs space battles. It needs all the eras.
I want some Rebels, man.
Huh?
I want Star Wars Rebels in there. I want to play as Kanan or like as
Ezra.
Ezra.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
But it needs the one thing I was holding out for forever was Galactic Conquest. I want a cooperative Galactic Conquest mode, like a 2-player. I don't care.
Like playing
They could just copy paste like the old Galactic Conquest and put it in this one, and I'd be happy, and I'd play that. I'd pay $60 just for that.
There you go. All right, so let's do that. Let's go around the horn. You said Galactic Conquest. That's the one thing you want out of the sequel. Let's go around and see what everybody else wants. Nick, what do you want? One thing you had, you have to have in the next one.
I mean, more customization, I guess. Maybe more weapon customization, maybe, or
Like
I don't
maybe
know.
like upgrades on the actual weapons themselves. Instead of getting new weapons, maybe get like an attachment for your weapon.
Or maybe a better unlockable system for like different abilities, maybe. Because
That'd be cool.
right now it's fairly limited, I think. I mean, I guess there's a few.
Maybe you could get unlockables, like you could get abilities for the heroes.
Right. Things like that. They'd also have to add some sort of single-player campaign, even if it's not really that long. At least something you can play solo or maybe co-op. But I think that would kind of fix it a little bit.
Yeah, I think if they added like a single-player campaign that's similar to, I mean, Battlefield 2, it was just you played Battlefield against bots, but
They give you a little bit of story. Make you feel like you're
it's
important.
like you're trying to stop the Chinese from doing something by taking over their capture points or whatever. It was dumb, but like it was fun.
Right.
Or even better, like the whole Star Wars universe. You have to read the books, watch the shows to get the whole idea of what's going on. Maybe add some of that into the game as well. That way, you have to play the game to get some missing information in the
And I think to
overall.
touch on that, I think a lot of people were expecting that. They said this is the first game in the new universe, in the connected Star Wars universe. After they did away with the extended universe, this is the first game in that series. And when people said Battle of Jakku, they thought they were going to find out why that happened. My brother was one of them. He doesn't play games that much, but he was going to buy this and a PS4 simply because he wanted to know, how did that Star Destroyer get on the planet? Come to find out, all you're going to do is fly around the planet, and that's it. You don't know why you're doing it or anything like that. It's just because. Riz, what about you, man? What do you got? What are you thinking?
For me, I hate it when people compare two different kinds of games. Like, I'm gonna say, like for me, like I like Battlefield, and I like the system in Battlefield where you play a certain class, you unlock stuff for that class, so on and so forth. To have an unlock system like Nick or Binary Artist said, it would definitely make the gameplay and just like the time putting into that game be a lot better. I also feel that if I'm gonna pay for a game, I have like an equation. If I pay for every $1 I pay for a game, I expect 10 hours out of it, right? Well, not 10 hours. But so on and so forth. So if I'm going to pay like $110 for a game, I should expect at least 1 hour per dollar I put into it. So,
get what you pay for, type of thing.
Get what I pay for, yeah. So definitely more content, way more content than it's out right now. For $110, you should have definitely over 100 hours of content.
Okay, I can dig that. I think for me, the one thing that I would love to see is there's a game coming out. I can't talk about it because we played it and they said you can't talk about it. But it had. I'm just gonna leave it at that because
that
if I say
teaser.
if I say anything more, we'll get in trouble.
That's cool.
Nick and I, we played it together. Binary Artists and we played it together, and it's awesome. So I know I'm being super cryptic, but I have to. There's an NDA in place. So, long story short, there's a gameplay mode, and it's PvE in a first-person environment, right? So what happens is it's almost like a raid, man. You like to quote WoW or something. You get in a group, and you have a certain number of people, and you go in and you attack these big bosses. Imagine, right? You're the Rebel Alliance. You got a group of like 10 to 15 people. You show up on the Death Star or anywhere. I don't care. And Cloud City. That'd be sweet. You get your group together and you run in, and guess who it is? It's Vader. Now you got a group of 15 people, and you got to take him out. And he doesn't just have his 3 abilities that he's got going on right now, but he's got like a set like almost like World of Warcraft, where he's got these timers that you have to know about, and it's almost like an MMO, but it's like dialed down a little bit, so you don't have to worry about gear or any of that stuff, but you run in and you got to worry about these abilities. I think that would be an amazing thing for Star Wars. I would love to see that. Imagine taking on the Emperor, Darth Vader, I mean, people that you wouldn't normally get to take on. You would get to take on somebody like Darth Maul. You know, that'd be sweet.
Yeah,
so
that'd be really cool.
Yeah,
especially if they implemented that class system that we've been talking about. If they had a class system and then you just get with a group of people, or have matchmaking. I'm talking to you, Destiny. Have matchmaking. Have like a matchmaking with and then you select your classes, and you could do whatever class. It doesn't matter. That'd be really cool. Like have a raid type system against, not necessarily expanded universe, but like non-canon stuff.
Yeah, like, because I mean, like, how cool would it be to be like the Rebel Alliance going up against like somebody from way back in the day, like freaking Grievous, right? So you're not gonna be able to do that, but it'd be sweet to do.
Yeah.
Or you know what, a forge system. Like a forge system would be great. Just so you can make your own set pieces.
That would be neat. That would be very neat. So
yeah.
All right. Well, talking about first-person shooters and stuff of sci-fi, right? There's another game that we're gonna talk about, and I'm pretty sure the consensus is that it's amazing and that everybody should play it. And we just got finished playing it. It's Overwatch, and dear God, it's amazing.
Oh, dude, it's so good.
Yeah, they did pretty well.
Yeah. Everybody who's out there like, it's Team Fortress 2, that's all it is, deal with it. No, it's bigger, it's more. I don't like Team Fortress 2, and I know that's heresy, and people are going to be like, what a type bad thing.
I know, I'm with you on that.
In all fairness, you can see all the stuff they copied from Team Fortress. Very easily, very plainly.
Imitation is flattery, isn't that what they say, or something along those lines?
But we were having a discussion, myself and Nick, about he stated that he hates Team Fortress, but he loved Overwatch. So I guess maybe you could tell us why you think this is so.
And yeah, of course. And Riz, he was saying the same thing. So I'm gonna see if I can. That guy was saying the same thing. So we're gonna see if maybe some of our points line up. For me, Team Fortress, man, it was kind of bland, right? So you had like 4 or 5 dudes you could be, and each of those dudes had like 2 things they could do, and like that was it. And like it was kind of like, I don't know, man. It was just boring. I was just like if you're playing as the healer, you're just kind of like running around, like following around heavy. Have fun following around heavy, you know. And if you're heavy, you're running around being heavy. Like that's there. You couldn't run off by yourself really, unless you're like this one guy. And then even then, if you ran up against more than like one guy, you're pretty screwed. And no, see with this new game, it's like that, but like 20 times more. Like if I want to be a healer, I don't have to be one dude, man. I can heal however I want. I've got like 5 different options to heal these people. And even when I'm healing, I can be a badass like DPS, man. I can throw up these little turrets and tick people off as they try to run through their little doors, because that's annoying as hell, but it was also fun as crap when it was me. So I don't know, for me there's more variety. There's objectives. It's not just like kill the guy or defend the point. There's like this like mind train type thing that was on point. I could push it backwards. Like, get out of my face, I'm going to push you back. That was rad. It wasn't like, oh, it's gotten halfway, you're kind of just SOL, hold them there. Like, no, I'm pushing it back. Like, that was awesome. Those are my thoughts, though. I like the variety. It's pretty. It's super pretty. Like, it's
so do you feel that the TF2 player base is going to migrate?
No. Some. Don't get me wrong.
They probably will if they could bring their hats along.
Got to have our hats, right?
Well, here's my thoughts on why some won't. And it's like, hey, do you want to play Battlefield 4? No. Why? Counter-Strike, man. Like, you can play more than one game. It happens. Like, there's a sect of people in each of these games that if you're going to play an X game, there's only one to play, right? So there are people in Team Fortress 2 who are going to be like, I am not playing something that's like Team Fortress 2 because it's not Team Fortress 2. but you give it a chance, and dear God, it is so much fun. I'm like mandling over things as like this like cyborg ninja. I'm like porting there's so many different ways to play, and I think that's why I like it. Riz, what about you? What do you think, and why don't you like Team Fortress 2, but why do you like Overwatch?
Okay, I didn't like Team Fortress 2. It just bored the crap out of me. It did. Though I probably put like around 15 hours, only like 15 hours into Team Fortress, which is actually quite a lot if you see how fast matches can
They're
really
like
go.
what, like 10 minutes or something like.
Yeah.
So.
I gave it a, like, you know, the old college try to really like Team Fortress 2. I just I feel like the gameplay was like what you said, like I could be like one character, like I could be the scout, I could run really fast, hit someone with the bat, you know, or you know, my shotgun or whatever, and that's pretty much it. The most fun I had was with the spy, just, you know, running around just screwing with people. But
those were so irritating.
yeah. But overall, I did not like Team Fortress 2 because of kind of how bland and how really generic. It's the same thing over and over again in every match. I felt, no matter what the objective was.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm making these weird faces. I had somebody walk in on me, so I'm kind of just like, whoa, everybody.
No, but the reason why I like Overwatch is, though when I first started playing Overwatch, I had a dreadful feeling that it did feel a lot like Team Fortress 2. At first I was like, oh no, not again. But like you said, there's so many other characters, and I like how there's like you could switch. Like, you could switch in Team Fortress 2, but if one damage-dealing character isn't doing well, you could switch to another damage-dealing character that would do amazing versus what the enemy team has.
That's right. No, like, for instance, like if you have these turrets set up, they got like this line of turrets, and everybody just keeps running at these turrets, and they just keep dying. You're like, you know what? Screw that. I'm not going to
be able to
keep
teleport behind it.
Boom.
You know, like, or yeah, and I think that's amazing. The gameplay was, you know, some people had rubber banding issues and, you know, other issues. I luckily did not. So for the gameplay was really fluid and really nice with me. I really love Overwatch, and I can't wait for it to officially come out.
Agreed, 100%.
I never had any issues with the game, but for whatever reason, I keep getting errors and it would just drop out. I don't know why. Nick doesn't seem to have this problem.
I did it first, but it was like I did it for like the first like hour, and then it just stopped. And
but it seems to be tied. It seems to be tied to a single match, because if I play the exact same map, but a different game, I'd be fine. But now, if I try to get right back into the same game I was in, it would error every time.
Now I'm gonna be the Blizzard employee here. Did you submit a bug report?
Yes, so several of them.
Yeah, no, I mean...
Well, that's what beta tests.
Exactly. Everybody thinks that, like, getting into a beta is like, oh, I get to play the game early. No, dude, you're supposed to break it. Go break this game. So, yeah, no. Assyrian, let's hear your thoughts on this game, man.
You're right. Imitation is a form of flattery, and it definitely felt a lot like TF2. Mostly because I was playing Mercy, who's a healer character, and then I started playing as a guy named Lucio, who's another healing character, and you could think of him as like a character from Jet Set Radio.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
with a sound gun, and he uses music to heal people. It's the greatest thing ever.
That's probably one of the deepest things that has been ever said on this show. You use music to heal people.
Yeah. So it's just so great. Like his gun switches from healing or speed boost, and you just buff everyone around you. You don't even need to like actually heal them. If they're near you, they're getting healed. You have like an aura, and it is great. And he moves really fast, and like that character, the other 20 characters, whatever, I don't even care about them anymore. Like it's this one guy that I could play as like the perfect healer for me, and the fact that there's 20 other characters that I could choose from that may make me feel the same way if I ever choose to play them, like that in itself sold the game for me. The oh, it's so good. It's so good.
And see, Blizzard's really good at that, right? So, like, they're very good at, like, hey, here's a thing. You're going to love this thing, and you're going to fall in love with that thing. But guy over here, he's got this other thing, and he loves that thing, and that's cool. And you stick to it. Like you were saying, that's your guy, man. Like, I have my guy. Like, I was running around, I was trying all these different guys, but eventually I found this one, and it was Genji or something, the samurai.
The ninja.
Yeah. And I was like, I just loved it, man. I was running around, I was wrecking. That and, like, the teleporter, what was her name? You said it earlier?
Symmetra.
Yeah. And those two spoke to me. Like, I was like, this is how I'm gonna play, you know, and I love it.
And the thing is, they took some of the they took 4 characters from Team Fortress 2, and it's the heavy, except they gave him a hammer instead of a minigun.
Mm-hmm.
They have the medic, who's Mercy. Mm-hmm. It's like almost the exact same mechanics, except if you aim at somebody and hit shift, you fly to them, like, because she's got wings. She's like the angel of mercy. She flies to them.
That's pretty bad.
And it's like an escape mechanic and a mechanic to help get back in the fight. It's amazing. Bad. And then they have, like, the crazy junkyard dude who's the demo man.
Yeah, I did like him too. He was fun.
He throws a wheel out with spikes on it that can drive around. It's very annoying if you get killed by it, but it's amazing. And then, like, you know, Widow, the Black Widow? Widowmaker. She's the sniper, but her sniper is also a, like, automatic machine gun if you're not scoped in.
Now, here's the thing with her. When we go to BlizzCon next year, that outfit, I don't know if it's going to be allowed.
Probably not.
I was a little surprised at that. I was like, whoa, okay, that's a little much. But, again, I love it. Like, the whole game, like you're saying, it's so cool what they've done with these characters. And, like, it's not just these 2 abilities. It's like, I've got this ability, that ability, I've got a super. And some people even have, like a 4th ability, or, you know what I mean? Like, everybody
like
plays
passive,
yeah.
Well, what they not only gave each character different abilities, but it's different all around abilities. Like, I'm not just healing and doing damage. I'm affecting the environment. Like, my favorite character, which is Mei, I think that's how you.
Oh God, yes.
The ice chick who puts up this giant wall. I have never had more fun with one ability that has a 6-second cooldown in any other game.
It's so annoying.
I had with her. I love it. It's just amazing. Like,
I've only had her on the opposite team, and I hated it.
We should play because I just love playing her so much. Augmenting the environment is something that I really look for in gameplay. Like, if I could control the environment, like, you know, like some of the Battlefield games where you could just I'm just gonna make my own door, blow a hole through the wall, or, you know, so on and so forth. And being able to see, like, in a whole enemy team coming through a hallway and then blocking them off is a rush. I love it.
It's annoying.
I had one that I was shooting at, and then I was about to die, so I started running away. They threw up an ice wall right behind me, and then killed me.
God.
Like, you know how to play your character. At that
right
point.
there, that reminds me of a MOBA, right? Like, that whole using your body to block there and, like, pulling people back to you. That was a very MOBA thing to do, and it's cool to see the Blizzard's learning from their MOBA.
Yeah.
So, Nick, what about you? You got a. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Assyrian.
Oh no, go ahead. I'll bring it up later.
Nick, what you got, man? Which one's your favorite? Wait. Let's. It's the he likes the basic, most basic one you can get. Go ahead, Nick.
Oh my God.
Look, it works. All right. I tried all the other assault. Okay, so Soldier 76, I completely own with that guy. I mean, at one match I had a 20 kill streak, and I didn't have to try.
That's like saying your favorite type of pizza is cheese.
Yeah, but I tried some of the other assault classes. And I was like, yeah, I'm not too good with these. I didn't try any heavies. I did, like, the medic once, and then I haven't done any defenders. So, unfortunately, it's a soldier right now.
What was your favorite thing with him?
The fact that he can pretty much He can be he's self-reliant. He doesn't need a healer. He has pretty powerful abilities. Like, I can throw down like a heal thing. I take some damage. I go run around a corner, throw down a heal thing. It fills me up in like 4 seconds or whatever it is. And then I have this other ability where I can do like this powerful shot, and that does some splash damage. So that usually I'll tag them a few times with the main gun, and then I'll hit them with that, and they're dead. And then for their like super ability or whatever it is, it's basically auto aim. I just hit the button and they die, and like reloading is like almost instant. I mean, they're self-reliant. I can pretty much do anything with them.
Fair enough. What's your favorite game mode, Nick? What was it, the capture the point or push the train?
I actually love them both. I think they did that very well. I'm not picking. You're not making me. No, actually, I like the train one.
I'm not picking. Okay, I'll pick.
No, I did like the train, especially since you can move it backwards.
Coolest gameplay moment I've seen, right? We're sitting there and we're pushing our train backwards. And like we're like, you're not getting there. Our Bastion jumps on top of this thing and sets up turret. And it rides backwards. And he's just like mowing down people as they're coming, and their train's moving backwards. I felt bad at that point. I was like, oh. So, I don't know. That's probably going to get nerfed.
The Assyrian and I played a game, and they just wrecked us. Like, they got... they were pushing the spaceship, one of the trains, right? And they were just right there. We had a sliver. It was all green.
I can see how close your fingers are. It's very close.
Yeah, very close. It was like the game should have been over, but we killed their whole team and we pushed back. And like how long it was, like 6 minutes that we had to keep them off, and we just fended them, just like little by little, pushing that thing back. And I don't know. It was like, in other playing modes in other games, if there's an objective that's that close, like it's game over, you lost.
Yeah.
But in Overwatch, you just keep on fighting and you can still win.
Yeah. Yeah, and I feel like that's the same way with all the modes, right? So with the capture the point, you lose the first one. That sucks. But if you can hold off that last one, you still win.
Yeah, it was like 7 minutes of mayhem on, like, the ship, or the payload was on the last point. And like it was just the back end of the payload was not on it. So for 7 minutes we like pushed it back, and then they push it to the same point, and we finally won. Like after we defended it for it was brutal. It was so ridiculous.
How do you guys feel about the play of the game?
I love that.
Like,
yes.
The rewinds.
Yeah, that was awesome.
It's happened to me twice. That's it.
I haven't gotten one yet.
I haven't gotten one yet either, but
he bugged it. I watched him. He cheated. He's a cheater.
Cheater.
The first time I did it, I was recording to get some footage, and it pops up my name. I'm like, oh yeah. Then all of a sudden it starts to do the replay, and then I get an error, and I missed the whole thing. I was like, oh, come on.
If I remember correctly, and I just want to... I'm going off memory, so it may be a little foggy. The first time that I saw you in the replay, I believe you got your head bashed in from behind.
And then the next time, it was you.
I don't remember that part. Like I said, my memory's foggy.
I bet you don't remember that.
I have a bad memory.
Yeah.
And I guess... Just to the people who are watching, by replay we mean at the end of the game it does like here's the best play in the match, and then it shows you like who did the coolest thing, or got the best kill streak or something.
I'm curious how it determines that.
Probably.
I think it's the number of kills. In a
the
specific
number of
time
kills, or like points or whatever that you get in like I said, a specific time frame.
I hate it. The one thing I hate though about it is when I see a Fjorn. Is that what Bjorn?
Trabjorn,
the
elder guy.
I hate when I see his, because it's usually just like him just like hitting a turret and then running away and then everybody dying, and I'm just like, what the hell, man?
Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah, so. But no, it's a great game. I think it's going to do really well, especially since it's coming to PlayStation, right? And Xbox One.
Can I say one bad thing about it?
Sure.
And I don't know if this is like a beta thing. I'm pretty sure it's a beta thing, but map variety so far.
I think
I'm hoping
it
they
is.
have.
Yeah.
I'm hoping it's a beta thing because there's like 3 maps that you play. I think.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. They could never
Yeah.
get by with just 3 maps.
Yeah.
There's still like 8 months until it comes out.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Definitely. So I was
just hoping.
as long as they get the map variety down, or even the game types down, more than 2. Even though I wouldn't mind having those 2 game types on like all their maps, that'd be fine. I'd be fine with that. But if they add a couple more different game types, or like you could set up private games. I haven't tried it yet, but I think you could do. I don't know if you could do bot matches.
Yeah, you can. I've seen that.
Oh, okay. Okay. So, all right then. I guess I don't have anything bad to say about the game.
I guess the one thing like I would like is like the game that cannot be named. I would like to see a PvE style thing. That would be
90%
awesome.
sure I know what game you're talking about too.
Yeah. So yeah, that game.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I have no idea, but I'm gonna go along with thinking that I do.
We could tell you later.
Well, yeah, we'll tell you off air because as long as it's not like in a blog or on a website, we can talk about it all day long. You know.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yes.
I would love to see a PVE, and I think it would do really well. I think it'd be cool to have my team, right? So, like, for instance, us 4, and we'll be like, we are team blank, and we're trying to do blank. I hope they don't throw in a team deathmatch. I don't want that.
Yeah. No, that wouldn't work with with especially since you have Bastion. God. Okay. There's the one bad thing about the game, Bastion. he's this crappy robot that I hate so much, and
he's a camper's dream.
Oh, he's like a camper's wet dream, and he sits in a corner, and you could turn into a turret, and you have a barrier in front of you. Yeah, with a barrier in front of you, and you could shoot through it, and you're a minigun, and he's already a damage type, so he already does a lot of damage, and you can't do anything to him unless you get behind him.
Right, yeah.
And it's hard.
We just
it's
lost
very
some video.
I've noticed that they're pretty weak, though, if you can't get behind them.
If you can't get behind him, he's dead. The problem is I'm usually the one that gets behind him, and I have Lucio, who doesn't do a lot of damage.
Oh.
So it
yeah.
We played four people or 4 people against us, right? Alexander, we had four bastions against us, and we just couldn't do anything.
It took us 3 minutes to get out of it. Actually, we won that game, but it did take us 3 minutes to actually get out of the beginning area.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now, the most terrifying match I've run into, I'm sitting there, and we were defending. I'm like, all right, we got this. No big deal, man. And all of our guys are like talking, and we're like using the voice chat. We're like, all right, we're gonna do this. We're gonna wreck them. And the door opens, and there's an entire team of Winstons.
Oh,
like it wasn't like technically speaking, that's probably not like a viable comp. Whatever. You open a door, and there's just like 5 or 6 gorillas running at you, and you're just kind of just like, oh no, like everybody literally just scattered, and we were like, nope. So that was pretty fun. What about any game moments you want to talk about, Nick? Anything crazy you saw?
No, just me owning everybody. I mean, that was pretty much it.
Not to shoot your own horn or anything.
Yeah, right. You know what? Who's the dude with the gunslinger? Is that what his name is?
McCree.
Yeah, the cowboy.
Yeah, McCree.
His special is friggin' awesome. He just spins around with his guns.
I've been owned by that special. Like, there was this one guy in this one match. He was playing him, and it just rickety wrecked me. It was a rectal exam.
Oh.
Like, just destroyed me. Oh my god.
I do love their little charge things when they get their ultimate, because depending on what you hear depends how much you crap your pants.
Yeah.
So you're sitting there and you hear it's high noon. You're just like, I'm just gonna hide behind this corner and I'm not gonna move.
It's like, no, screw that.
I'm not moving. But then you hear something like the whole burp, 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 and you're like, no,
No, not the
No.
tank.
No, no.
God, no.
So,
Those
yeah.
sound effects do make the game though a little
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I can't wait to see what Blizzard rolls out as far as the content for this game, because they said they're going to have the story outside of the game, maybe through Netflix. Maybe we'll see something that'd be kind of cool. Comics, things like that. So
Yeah, they have a couple of lore comics out there right now, I think, but I'm not 100% sure on that yet.
gotcha. So we'll have to check into that. But let's go around the horn. We've been going for a little bit of time now. Let's see what everybody thinks, if it's overhyped or done right. I really don't think we need to. I think people probably have gathered their opinions, but we're going to do it anyway. So, Riz, let's start with you, man. Overhyped or done right?
I'm going to say done right.
Yeah.
Not only is this game refreshing, there's a play style for everyone for a first-person shooter. It's so many different characters. It's beautiful. It's so far in a beta that's still 8 months out. It's playing really smoothly, and the fact that right now you could buy it for $40. I mean, and the price alone makes it amazing. I know for a fact I'm gonna get over 40 hours worth in this game. So for $40, I think it's great. So I would say done right.
Awesome. Assyrian, what do you got, man? What are you thinking?
Done right. Like, you get, 21 characters, however many maps they're going to release. I've played one of the 21 characters for at least 10 hours. You're definitely going to get your time's worth, and you're going to... I don't know. I think that Blizzard has really nailed that MOBA and first-person shooter and Team Fortress 2 feeling that we've wanted for so long, and it's really, really, the gameplay's really refreshing, and it's fun.
No, I agree 100%, man. It's a different thing, like you said. There's no like run out and kill everybody. There's none of that. So it's definitely a different change of pace that they got going on with this game. So I'm excited to see what they got. Nick, Binary Artist, man, what are you saying? Overhyped, done right?
Me and Candle say it was done right.
Candle's back. I see that.
It it looks good. Good mechanics.
What, the candle
great
looks
gameplay.
good or the game?
Well, both.
Okay.
It's just good.
Okay.
And like Riz said, or Richard, good price point as well.
Getting first name basis. Friends?
Yes. Alexander, Richard,
Well, the candle
Guy.
really lures me to it.
See, I'm telling you, everybody loves the candle. See that thing?
Yeah, okay, shut up. Anyway, we're going to wrap it up. I'm going to say that it was done right. And this is from a beta. Like, God, we are like freaking out over a beta. I can't remember the last time I broke out. Last time I froked out. Can't tell you last
Use your
time.
words.
Words are hard. No, I can't remember the last time I got this excited about a game in general, right? And like, let alone played it, and then still been that excited. Like, I don't know. I cannot wait. It's going to be great. It's going to be fun. And I can't wait to get a team together and go out and wreck some people. So if you guys are looking for a team, everybody, we need to get on BattleNet. I'm going to throw my BattleNet out right now. It's Raf Punk Pound
Something.
I'm going to
I'll
look it
even
up.
type mine in the
I'm gonna
chat.
Yeah.
Mine's right here.
Yeah. I see yours there.
I don't know. It's the right side
Yeah.
because I have a lag.
So
Right here.
the Assyrian put his in the chat. Mine, I think it's 1447 or something like that, or 14.
Yeah, mine-
Actually, you know what? I can pull it up right now, and I
we
will
got
tell
it.
you what
Yep,
it is.
There we go.
Mine's the Assyrian 1512.
There's Riz's, and Nick's gonna get ours out there too. So
Yeah, I'll get ours up there.
but we're going to put it in the show notes as well. I think we're going to wrap it up real quick. We're going to go around the horn, let everybody plug themselves, if that can be done. Riz, where can people follow you? Should they add you on BattleNet? How do they talk to you?
You got me at BattleNet. Right now, I'm not a solo streamer. I'm more of a guest. I go on other people's streams, like the Assyrian Gamers, and now with Overhype done right.
Cool.
Add me on BattleNet. Right now, that's pretty much the best place to find me.
Cool. And the Assyrian, man, like you said, you got a bunch of stuff. You want to throw some words out there that maybe people can follow you at?
Yeah, definitely on Facebook. Look up the Assyrian Gamer, Twitch TV, the Assyrian Gamer, YouTube, the Assyrian Gamer. What else? Twitter, the Assyrian Gamer. I'm all over the place. So any one of those places, if you guys ever want to contact me, and my BattleNet is up in the chat. So yeah,
and
hit
we'll put
me
that.
up.
We're gonna put that on Facebook. We'll throw your plo. Well, I'm gonna.
Use your
Words
words.
are hard.
Words
Flow.
words
What
are
kind of flow,
hard.
bro?
No, I usually just pause. I don't try to spit out whatever is like trying to come out.
Nah, man, you just go with it.
Just gotta go with it.
But
Go
we're
big
gonna-
or go home.
Exactly. We're gonna throw the all your guys' stuff out on our Facebook and Twitter and all that good stuff. And when our website is back up, which is going to be January 1st, we're gonna have a relaunching of our website. When that's back up, we'll be sure to put you guys in there, and we'll definitely have you guys on again as well. Nick, where can people follow you, and why should they follow you?
You can find me on Twitter at binary_artist. You can also find me on the Checkpoint Ahead Facebook page, Checkpoint Ahead podcast. And eventually you'll be able to see us on the website that I will eventually get done in January sometime. Probably the 1st.
I think you have a YouTube channel, right? Don't you? Where people can watch you.
I yes and no. It's not official yet.
You didn't
But
put a
it-
ring on it? Is that what you're telling me?
I didn't put a ring on it.
As long as there's a candle.
But it is binary artist as well. Binary_artist, I believe. I don't even remember now. It's a variation. It either has the underscore or it doesn't.
Cool.
One will work.
Cool. Well, you can follow me on Twitter at Raf_Punk. You can find me on Facebook, Nick Groom. Feel free to add me on there, follow me on there, talk to me, be my friend. I don't have those, unless you count these 3 guys, which, sure, why not? We're friends now. This is how it goes. I got friends. Anyway, follow us on Facebook, Facebook/Checkpoint Ahead Podcast. So if you like what you hear or if what you see, all that good stuff, make sure to subscribe and rate, review, all that good stuff, because we like hearing from you. We're going to be doing a giveaway. So the next few people that, subscribe to our YouTube channel, I've got a Star Wars lunchbox, and it's got some Star Wars goodies in there because Star Wars. So make sure people subscribe and you'll be entered. And we're going to announce it probably when the movie comes out. We'll give that away. So stay tuned to our Facebook page, stay tuned to our YouTube. But from all of us here at Checkpoint Ahead and Overhype Done Right, it's been great talking to you all. Stick around and maybe you'll see some more. So thanks, everybody. Have a great night.
Thank you, guys. See ya.
Thanks.
And don't be a hater.